Tennessee's At Home Learning series for math. Today's lesson is for all our second graders out there, though all children are welcome to tune in. This lesson is the 11th in our series. My name is Miss Spain, and I'm a second grade teacher in Tennessee schools. I'm so excited to be your teacher for this lesson. Welcome to my virtual classroom. If you didn't see our previous lesson, you can find it on the Tennessee Department of Education's website at www.tn.gov/education. You can still tune in to today's lesson if you haven't seen any of our others, but it might be more fun if you first go back and watch our other lessons since we will be talking about things we've learned previously. Today, we will be learning about adding and subtracting to find measurements in mathematics. Before we get started, to participate fully in our lesson today, you will need something to write with and a piece of paper. Okay, so I noticed that there's an ant crawling around the edge of this rectangle. Over the last couple of weeks, we've been working on combining and taking apart totals. Do you think that you could use those skills to figure out the distance the ant has crawled around the entire shape? Let's look at the model together. Please go ahead and draw a rectangle on your paper and label all the sides. How could we figure out the distance the ant crawled? Great thinking! I heard you say that we could add up all of the sides of the rectangle. Please write that equation under the rectangle that you have drawn and then solve it. I will do the same on my paper. Excellent! The ant traveled a total of 62 inches. We can find the distance by writing the equation 62 equals 12 plus 9 plus 12 plus 9. Our shape is a rectangle, so we know that the opposite sides are the same. We have two 12s in our equation because we have opposite sides. And they're 12 inches long. You wrote two 9s in your equation because we have these two sides, which are opposite to each other, that are both 9 inches. Great job. We can use what we know about addition to find the distance around shapes. Let's figure out the distance around the front cover of this book. Please draw and label this. The book is 9 inches long and 6 inches wide. The distance around the whole book is 30 inches. Let's think. Will I add or subtract? And how do you know? Let's write the equation underneath your model together. We have 9 plus 6 plus another 9 plus another 6. How did I know that I had another 9 and another 6? Very good, because it's a rectangle, and we know the opposite side is the same length. Now what I could do is add them together. I can take 9 plus 9 equals 18, and then 6 plus 6 equals 12, which equals a total of 30. The drawing only has one 9 labeled and one 6 labeled. So again, where did we find the second set of numbers? Excellent. These are two sides that are 9 inches long, and these are two sides that are 6 inches because this shape is a rectangle. When we add 9 plus 9 equals 18, we have a double stacked. We also added 6 plus 6, another double stacked. Good job. When we added all four sides to find the distance or perimeter, we found the outside of the composition book. Way to go, boys and girls. We're going to look at some more problems that have to do with length. Are you ready? Consider this next table. Arm length in centimeters. How much longer is the teacher's arm than the student's arm? Think, will I add or will I subtract? If you said we should subtract, give your brain a kiss. This is a subtraction problem because we are trying to figure out the difference between the two arms. How many centimeters longer the teacher's arm is than the student's arm? I'm going to have a model that is going to show you how you can figure it out. Here is one model. On this number line, we see how long the student's arm is, and we see how long the teacher's arm is. I can use this model to find the difference between the two lengths. Write the subtraction problem with me. The teacher's arm is 66, and the student's arm is 47. So I can say 66 minus 47 equals 19. I am going to subtract 47 from 66. And the difference is 19. Now write it out like this and work it out with me, please. 66 minus 47. We start in the ones place since we cannot subtract 7 ones from 6 ones. We will trade in 1 10 for 10 ones and add those 10 ones to the 6 ones that are already in the ones place. Again, we are going to take 10 ones and add it to the ones place. So now we have 16 ones. And we have 5 tens. Now we are able to subtract. We can subtract 7 ones from 16 ones. And we can subtract 4 tens from 5 tens. And we know 16 minus 7 is 9, and 5 minus 4 is 1. The teacher's arm is 19 centimeters longer than the student's arm. Sometimes we add to solve our measurement problems, and sometimes we need to subtract. Let's work some more problems together to keep practicing. By the time we are finished, I bet you will be able to see how we're doing these, and you'll be able to do them by yourself. Let's do some practice problems together. So this next picture we have is Julian collects baseball cards. How can we find the distance around the outside of this card? Draw and label this card on your paper. How many sides does the card have? Way to be looking. The card has 4 sides. How long is the card? Excellent. The card is 10 centimeters long. And how wide is the card? Right again. The card is 7 centimeters wide. Think, will I add or subtract? Good thinking. We must add to find the number of centimeters around all of the sides. Let's write and solve the equation to find the distance around the card together. Notice that our baseball is a rectangle. Remember that a rectangle has 2 pairs of sides that are the same. So if this side is 10 centimeters, so is this side. They're both 10 centimeters long. And if this one is 7 centimeters wide, we know that this one is also 7 centimeters wide. So we know that we will add 10 plus 7 plus 10 plus 7. And what does that equal? Oh, I see that we have 10 plus 10, and that equals 20. That's a doubles fact. I also see that we have 7 plus 7. That's another doubles fact. We know 10 plus 10 is 20 and 7 plus 7 is 14. So the baseball card is 34 centimeters around the outside. It has a perimeter of 34 very good centimeters. Now let's look at another problem. Ashley's sunflower is 70 inches tall. Kim Wei's sunflower is 60 inches tall. How much taller is Ashley's sunflower than Kim Wei's sunflower? Now, let's look at our model that shows the difference. So I'm going to be looking at a model that has an open number line. So we can solve the model together. So you can easily draw on your paper. Now, I will start with 0 and I will count by 2s. So I will have 0 over here and then I will have 70 over here. So I know one sunflower is 60 inches tall. And then I know another sunflower is 70 inches tall. And we can see by the model, what do we have left? 10. Very good. So, did I add or subtract? Yes, I subtracted. How much longer is Ashley's sunflower? Exactly. It is very good, boys and girls. It is longer. It's 10 inches. So if I can also write it like this, 70 minus 60 equals 10. So you can solve it by doing the standard algorithm or by looking at the difference in the model. Excellent job. Now, let's try another problem together. What is the distance around this puzzle? Please draw and label the model. I will do the same and we will compare. I know that this side is 12 inches because this is a rectangle. And we know the two sides opposite of each other are the same. So it is 12 inches long. And I see that it's 15 inches wide. Does your model look like mine? Very good. Well, we need to add or subtract to find the total distance around the outside. Wow, your models look great. Now let's write and solve the equation that will find the distance around the outside. I will do the same and we'll compare. So I have 15 inches plus 12 plus another 15 and another 12. So I can see that we have more doubles back. We have two sets of doubles here. Our rectangles have two pairs of sides that are the same length. 15 plus 15 is 30. And then we have another doubles fact, 12 plus 12. And what does that equal? Very good, 24. So we see that we can add now 24 and 30 together. So how many centimeters are on the sides of this puzzle? Oh, you caught me. It's not centimeters. This is a huge puzzle. We're doing inches. 54. That is great. You are on a roll. Now, let's look at a volleyball and a baseball. A volleyball measures 8 inches across, as we see here, 8 inches across. A baseball is 3 inches across, as we see here. How much longer is a volleyball across? Go ahead and draw your model. And I want you to think, will I add or will I subtract? Good thinking, boys and girls. This is a subtraction problem because we are trying to find the difference between the two balls. Write the equation and find how much bigger the volleyball is than the baseball. So we will say 8 minus 3, and the answer is 5. Excellent job. The volleyball is 5 more inches across than the baseball. Very good, boys and girls. How are you feeling about adding and subtracting with measurement? I think you're doing a terrific job. Now, are you ready for another problem? Get your paper and your pencil ready. We are going to be looking at a box of tissues. What is the distance around the front of the box of tissues? So we are looking at the front of the box of tissues. What is the distance? I would like for you to go ahead and draw and label your model. I will do the same and then we will compare. Well, I see that this model is a rectangle. So if it's 12 centimeters on this side, then on this side it will also be 12 centimeters. Remember, we're just measuring the front. If this side is 25 centimeters, then I also know that this side is 25 centimeters. So now I've labeled my model. Have you labeled yours? Show me. Excellent, boys and girls. Think, will I add or subtract? Yes, we must add here to find the distance around the outside of the front of the tissue box. Wow, your models look great. Now let's write and solve the equation that will find the distance around the outside. I will do the same and we will compare. So I'm going to be adding 25 plus 12 plus 25 plus 12. Do you see anything in common in this equation that can make it easier for us to add? Very good, we have doubles backs. So 25 plus 25, what does that equal, boys and girls? Wonderful, it equals 50. Now, what is 12 plus 12? Excellent, that equals 24. Now I can add them together. What answer did you get? Excellent, you said 74 centimeters. You are working very hard. I'm extremely proud of you. Now let's look at another model. How much shorter is the pen than the pencil? Draw a model of the problem on your own. I want you to think, will I add or will I subtract? Yes, very good. This is a subtraction problem. How much longer is the pen? Excellent. I heard you say you wrote the equation 17 minus 13. And we know 17 minus 13 is 4. The pen is 4 centimeters longer than the pencil. Excellent job, boys and girls. Give yourselves a round of applause. Now, I want you to jump up and down 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great work, friends. Today we used addition and subtraction to solve problems dealing with length. I hope you're seeing some connections to the number line and our problem-solving strategies from last week. You sure did a great job. After the video, you will have some problems to practice on your own. You can find the student practice for this lesson posted on our website, www.tn.gov/education. This is what your practice will look like. It is made up of multiple problems. We can do the first one together to get you started. I see that I have 2 scarves. And the question says, how much longer is the gray scarf than the white scarf? Write an equation and solve. I see the gray scarf is 60 inches and the white scarf is 45. So it says how much longer? What do you think we'll be doing? Yes, subtracting. 60 minus 45. How can we do 60 minus 45? Right. We can take a 10 and bring it over to the ones place. We'll take 10 ones over to the ones place. And then that gives us 5 tens left. And we know 10 minus 5 is 5. And 5 minus 4 is 1. Very good, boys and girls. Give yourselves a round of applause. The next problem says, write the equation to find the distance around the door. And what is the distance around the door? Do you think that we're going to be adding or subtracting here? Excellent, we're going to be adding. How can we figure out our whole equation? We see that we have 3 feet wide plus 7 feet long. How do we know what these sides are? Excellent, it's a rectangle, and we know the opposite side will be the same length. And so we know if this is 3 feet, then we know this will be as well. You all are doing a wonderful job. Now, can you see an easy way to add? Very good, we have double stacks. I know 3 plus 3 is 6, and 7 plus 7 is 14. So I'm going to add together 6 plus 14. Go ahead and do that on your paper and tell me what you've gotten. Wonderful. 20. Good job, boys and girls. Give yourselves a round of applause. Our next problem says, Jack built a square dog kennel for his bird dog. What is the distance around the edge of the dog kennel? Write an equation and solve. What do you see, boys and girls? Do you see a rectangle or a square? Very good, it's a square. And we know that a square is the same on all 4 sides. Go ahead and label that with me. So now we are going to add together 12 4 times. Write the equation. Let's see. Do we have anything that we can use? Yes, we have more double stacks. We know 12 plus 12 is, very good, 24. So if 12 plus 12 is 24, we know 12 plus 12 here is 24. So what is 24 plus 24? Very good, 48 feet. So we know that Jack built a square dog kennel for his bird dog, and the distance around the edge of the dog kennel is 48 feet. Excellent job, boys and girls. Kiss your brain. Let's do this last one together. What is the distance around the cell phone? We see that the cell phone is 4 inches long and 2 inches wide. And we also see that it is a rectangle. Draw this on your paper and label. I'll do the same. How do you know that it is 4 inches? Yes, because this is a rectangle and we know the opposite side is the same length. So if it's 2 inches up here, we also know it's 2 inches on the bottom. Very good. Now let's write our equation and solve. I have 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4. Do you see a way that we can add that would be easy? Excellent. We have doubles. 2 plus 2 is 4, and 4 plus 4 is 8. So we see the distance around the cell phone is 12 inches long. Oh my goodness, boys and girls, you all have worked so hard today. I'm extremely proud of you. So friends, I've enjoyed reviewing, adding, and subtracting with links with you today. Thank you for inviting me into your home. I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson in Tennessee's At Home Learning series. Bye.
Rosie, let's read a book before you take a nap, okay? Which book do you want to read? This one? Oh, this one, huh? Okay. It's one of my favorites. Okay, let's start reading it here.
No, Daddy.
What's wrong with it?
It's upside down.
Oh, it's upside down. How do you know that?
Because that's why.
Because the words and the pictures are upside down, aren't they? Okay, let's start reading it from right here.
No.
What? Why can't I read it from here?
Because it's at the beginning.
It's not the beginning. It's in the middle. You're right. We know from the beginning of the book, we look at the cover of the book, and then we turn the page from there. Very good. Okay, let's really get started. Here we go. Hello, my name is Emily Elizabeth, and this is my big red...
No.
What? What's wrong with that?
It's different.
Oh, it's not the right book? Okay, let me try it again. This is a story about a little monkey and a man in a big yellow hat.
No, Daddy.
How do you know that that's not the right words?
Because it's another title.
It is another title. You're really good, Rosie. You're a good reader, and you know good readers know how books work, and they know when things make sense. Good job.